Hello everybody, and in today's video, I'll be reviewing a cube that's been out for quite some time now, and that is the Yuxin Red 6x6. Right off the bat, I'd like to say that this cube has very nice sticker shades. The camera kind of distorts them to some extent, so you'll have to believe me on this one. Of course though, if you don't like them, you can always replace them with your preferred shades. Now let's move on to the size. So compared to normal 3x3 here, it's about one layer bigger, and the dimensions are 65 millimeters, so compared to this 6x6, which is about 68, 69, it's obviously a bit bigger, but with normal 6x6s, I'm sure it's the same size. The turning on this cube is very scratchy, yet smooth. Listen to the turning for a moment and you'll see what I mean. Normal corner cutting is basically one piece, and reverse is about half a piece. Unfortunately, this cube does have problems with locking up and popping, better known as exploding. Amazingly, in the solve that you are seeing in a moment, it has zero lockups or pops, which is very, very good for this cube. In order to evade these problems, I have discovered that turning a bit slower is the solution. That way you can realign the cube to make sure there is no over corner cutting. I'm not sure how much of a problem this is in other 6x6s. According to JRCuber in his review of the MoYu AoShi 6x6, I don't really get the classic 6x6 lockups, and the cube doesn't pop either. So this might mean that the Yuxin Red's different design made it lock up in more than previous 6x6s. The mechanism appears to be very similar to Yuxin's 5x5 and 4x4, both of which are very high quality. This is probably why these cubes have the same speed, sound the same, and turn the same. They also have the same problems with locking, although the blue 4x4 doesn't have a really big problem such as the 6x6. Something else that might help with the performance on this puzzle is swapping the stock springs with some Yuxin 5x5 springs. Before this transition, the cube felt a bit slower and a little bit less stable. The spring swap does have minimal effects though, which is good news for you. If you are someone who does not like taking apart your cubes, do not worry. This spring swap is not necessary. I mentioned earlier in the review that in order to solve the problems with popping and locking up, you have to slow down the speed of your turning. I have found this to be the solution to these problems, but they are not obsolete. With your turning style, you might have a few or no problems with locking and popping. If you have more of an exact turning style, these problems will have a lesser effect on you. It just depends on how you turn the cube. Okay, so moving on to the mechanism, if you already are familiar with Yuxin Blue 4x4 and their 5x5, then this mechanism really shouldn't be anything new. The pieces are basically the same and everything, just like their 4x4 and their 5x5, but obviously a bit smaller. My overall thoughts on this cube are mixed. While it has great turning, corner cutting, and shades, there are a few catches. The turning and corner cutting are good, yes, but when the cube is over corner cutted the least bit, it will lock up. And if it is really over corner cutted, then it might pop. And since the corner cutting isn't really good, though it is normal, this results in slower turning. Now that can help with your look ahead, but if you don't have problems with look ahead, then this will slow down your solve even more. Taking all of these facts into consideration, my final grade in Yuxin's first 6x6 is a B. Pretty good cube, but it could do better. I'm not completely sure how the other 6x6s that have more recently come out compare to this one, but it sounds as though they may be a bit better. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button down below, and subscribe to Cubing Outlet. Thanks for watching.